Hello everyone and welcome to Action RPG. I'm your host Aaron, and for today's video we're headed to the world of Last Epoch once again. EHG 11th Hour Games, the studio behind Last Epoch, has dropped patch 1.0.3, and everything that they said they were going to do, they did and more. So we're going to talk about this fairly decent sized patch notes that is 11 gigabytes to download. So there's a lot of good stuff in here, and I think you're going to be surprised and happy about a lot of it. Now, if you look above my head, yes, the timer is still going. Yesterday we got down to 18 hours, and then it was pushed all the way back up to 70. If you did not know, I am currently running my 1.0 subathon, and it is day 21. We have now made it to 3 weeks, and I'm just blown away by the generosity of this community. It has been an absolutely amazing experience. It has been such a blessing for me and my family. So thank you so much. If you want to come by the subathon, first link in the description. Okay, let's go through this. Last Epoch patch 1.0.3 patch notes. And in here, basically, we're just going to go through it. It's not insanely long, but there is a lot of good info in here. So at the beginning, they just talk about they're going to do everything that they mentioned already previously. A small little update to the Temporal Sanctum in the campaign. And then for skills, they've already told us that they were going to update the Cloud Gatherer to only apply to individual smoke bombs one time. We already knew that was coming, but something we didn't know was a buff to Wandering Spirits. So when you look here, Wandering Spirits now have 30% more Spirit Reveal frequency. Wandering Spirits now have a base damage of 20 and an effectiveness of 200. And they put a little paragraph here basically saying that they wanted to get this into release. Unfortunately, it wasn't ready. This was supposed to be a 1.0 buff. So they wanted to get it in now that it is ready. Now, Wandering Spirits hasn't always been my favorite. I always wish that they scaled with minion damage and not a spell. But if you like Wandering Spirits, they definitely got a nice little buff today. 30% reveal frequency. We might have to play with this skill. We might have to mess around with it. Under UI and visual, just a little update to localization, and then improved player-to-player trade experience. So you can no longer request a trade which requires a higher rank than the potential buyer possesses. This is nice. It just, you're not wasting people's time. Under audio, we got some updates here too. Reduce the frequency of Falcon's attack vocals and updated healing hands. And then just a couple of things on enemies and through the campaign. Now, this is a big one people are going to be very excited about. And don't worry, you don't have to load other people's stashes. 50% reduction in the cost of stash tabs. And while we were reading this live on Twitch, I mean, I'm live on Twitch right now, there was a community member that said, I just purchased 3 tabs last night. I purchased a tab last night. Yes, they are now reduced by 50%. So go wild with your storage. You're going to get it at a highly reduced rate, which is great. Campaign added a failsafe Imperial Raven for killing the commander early off screen. Fix an issue where you can complete all Chapter 1 quests, but you did not have the first Chapter 2 quest available. So basically there was a bug where you couldn't transition from Chapter 1 to Chapter 2. That has been taken care of. Skills and passives. Here it is. It's in. This must have been a majority of the 11 gigs. Fixed a bug where Profane Veil's Vampiric Pool gave 40% of the consumed minion's maximum health as ward instead of the listed 4. That build, that mechanic, big difference from 4 to 40. So it'll still work as intended for people that like it. It's just the you being unkillable, that is gone. Fix the bug where the Rune Master's passive Node Sanguine Runestone Threshold bonus was scaling with points allocated. This is the stuff they already told us. And here's some stuff we didn't know. Fix the bug where the effect of Chthonic Fissure's eradication was not doubled when the player was cursed. Buff. Flame Whip now receives 4% increased damage per point of intelligence. This affects Flame. Yes. Any people wondering why the Spine Sword sucks so bad? Here you go. Whip cast from all sources and previously never received attribute scaling from any source. I like this. This is literally the build. As soon as I'm done recording, we are going into Flame Whip to see what it does. Gameplay. Fix several issues of Harriet's fight, including Ice Spike stopping projectiles and being frozen, not stopping the actions in multiplayer. Fix a bug where minions were not benefiting from items when being respawned after leaving towns in multiplayer. This one's really interesting. I'm wondering how often this was happening, and I didn't even know it was happening. Or maybe I wasn't affected by the bug. So that's nice. Buff to minions. Items. There's going to be more with Flame Whips. Fix a bug where items influenced by the rank 8 passive node Circle of Fortune would not have the tag Circle of Fortune. They still have they cannot be traded tag. It's a little thing there. Fix a bug where casting Summon Skeletal Mage with Grave Passage allocated caused minion transport with traversal skills experimental affix to not bring any minions with you. People try to use Grave Passage with the experimental minion, thinking, or the experimental affix for minion transportation, thinking you could combine it and bring more minions with you. And what it did is it actually killed it where it brought no one with you. So that has been fixed. Fixed a bug where a two-handed weapon and an offhand could be equipped. That has been taken care of. There's a lot of like big bugs that people have been yelling about that they have taken care of, which is great. Fix a bug where Circle of Fortune prophecy lenses would be socketed into the locked sockets with shift right mouse button. This happened to me last night. I was like, this must be a bug. I was messing around with Circle of Fortune and I put in all my lenses even though they weren't locked. I was like, that has to be a bug, and it was. Fix a bug where Wraith Lord would try to consume other players' minions. This was driving people crazy. Cole's beam has been fixed. I guess basically it wasn't working. So the new offhand has been fixed if any people want to try beam damage. We got a couple of community members that love this stuff. They're going to try that for sure. Fix a bug where Chronicles the Damned chance to reveal a Wandering Spirit on kill would cause the player's existing cast on Wandering Spirits to stop releasing spirits. Fix a bug where Wandering Spirits from Chronicle the Damned's chance to reveal Wandering Spirits on kill always instantly faded away. See that? Another 2 buffs to Wandering Spirits. And here we go. Fix the bug where Flame Whips did not benefit from Chthonic Fissure's eradication when using Spine Sword. Fix the bug where Chthonic Fissure's grasp of the Undying Underlying did not apply the Flame Whip when using the Spine Sword. Fix a bug when only the Fixed a bug where only the While Cursed benefit on Chthonic Fissure's Death from Below applied to Flame Whip when using the Spine Sword. Fix a bug where Chthonic Fissure's Chronicles of Ruin did not apply to Flame Whip when using the Spine Sword. Now, maybe I went and purchased a Spine Sword with 2 LP at the Merchant's Guild because we have to see if we can make something work with this. This was the item that I was most excited about when 1.0 came out. It was also unequivocally my highest disappointment when it was legitimately, I swear we have a clip on it, hitting for 1 damage, which I'm guessing is the default number. It was probably hitting for less than no damage. It was 1 damage it was hitting for. So maybe it still sucks. I have absolutely no idea, but we will test it. Fix a bug where right-clicking on a dungeon key would not enter the game map. Fix a bug where campaign prophecies would still appear blocked. Fix a bug where enemies would appear. This is just UI and visual stuff. Mountain beneath, walking around. Fix incidents players facing backwards. Fixed a bug where tooltips would disappear when loot dropped. Audio. Fixed a bot sound. Up and coming changes. We will be releasing a bug fix for Infernal Shade and a hotfix later in the week. Important. Some old town servers are still in use that will still charge the higher amount of gold cost for stash tabs. To avoid this, please transition to a different town server if you have not since the release of this patch. This note will be removed at today when this will not occur. So they just added this in here because some people are reporting that it's still the higher stash tabs. So literally just transition to a new town and that should take care of it. This is a very nice 11 gigabyte patch, and I think this is a huge step in the right direction. They are buffing and fixing bugs of things that they wanted to get into 1.0 and items that weren't fixing or working correctly, and they're also taking care of a lot of these game breaking builds And I was talking to chat today. You know, I normally don't get a lot of this, and I really mean it. In my chat recently, I've been getting, hey, I'll power level you for 5 million gold at Corruption 1900 for this cost. Hey, Aaron, what's the most broken build in the game right now? I want to be unkillable. Hey, Aaron, like a lot of people are leaning in to the I want to play broken. And I understand this game is like, you know, a power fantasy. You want to feel unkillable. Maybe that's how some people like to play. That's not my style. I would never release a bugged build. But I am surely glad that they are taking care of a lot of this stuff. I think overtuned, if it's overtuned or an interaction not seen, you could leave that till the next cycle. Bugged and not intended, get rid of it. That's the video. Come by the subathon. We're going to be giving away right now, when I'm done recording, my little Last Epoch tumbler that has our LE failed to match make on it. It's been a whole lot of fun. I appreciate everybody so much. If you need anything, you know where I am. Hopefully you're entertained or at least learned something. Aaron, out.